Whoosh! Top one, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the custom horn review of Crying Doll archetype. So this archetype is based on Ling because some dolls in this, or some dolls in Yu-Gi-Oh, like doll parts and the and all that stuff. Well, sorry. Name. My nose is a little bit runny, so yeah. So, without further ado, doll has always been having these weird emotion things. But one of them is the one that I created. I will go over some of the newer cards. Little, like, look at them. Yeah. So, let's start with the monster where it gets things started. Heimdall Streetlight Beast. It's a Earth level 4 spellcaster effect monster with 100 attack and 150 defense. And if this card is normal summon, it's only normal summoned, not special summoned. Normal summoned. You can select one of these following effects for once per turn. You can select one spell card from your deck or hand to be activated. Number 2 is destroy all cards from your opponent's field. 3 is special summon 2 Crying Doll monsters from your deck or hand to the field, and they cannot declare any attack. So, yeah. So it's basically like green means like you activate a card, spell card. Red means or yellow means destroy all cards on your opponent's field. And then number 3 is basically like stop time thing. And if this card is sent to the graveyard or banned, you can banish this card, inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent's life points. You can only use each effect for once per turn. Yeah, and then let's go down the line. I don't have them in specific order, so this is the Eyes of the Crying Doll. It's a quick play spell card. Where this one, you can activate it directly. So activate spell cards directly, like quick effects. And this one is like you can select a card, one spell card or trap card from your deck, except this card. Activate the selected card if you and then it has first effect is basically similar, and if you have a monster on the field, like if you had this card on the field before or this card gets activated, you can select one other Crying Doll monster from your deck or hand, special summon it to your field in attack mode. You can only activate each effect of this card for once per turn. So basically, if you activate this card, then you activate this card Number two's effect, basically first effect, number two. And then, but if you have this card in your graveyard or mana zone, you can bring it back by using doll hands and if you have the Crino or Eyes, this one, that is in your graveyard or on the field, you can banish it to the banish zone. Your opponent discards all cards, like basically discards all Your opponent must discard all cards from their hands to the graveyard. So, yeah. And then if it does, then both players lose 2,000 life points. Then we got the one key component. This is a big boss monster. I know you don't think of it as a big boss monster, but don't let this guy fool you. I made one similar to this, but it was called Beast Donut, where Beast Donut has a similar effect, or almost similar effect, but but its forms will go down or when we get to that point. So let's begin. So it's a Crying Doll Copycat Doll. It's a dark level 4 spellcaster effect monster. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you can select one card from either player's decks to be equipped to this card. This card gains the equipped card's effects. This card cannot be destroyed by battle and this card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle one banished card into your deck, special summon this card to your field in attack mode. So you can only use each effect for once per turn. So yeah. So some of these creatures, or this turns into like more. So this is like a key part of it. So yeah. Crying Doll's Arm is a dark level 4 spellcaster effect monster. Or if you have this card on the field, you can special summon this card. And one from your hand. Once per turn, quick effect during your standby phase. You can shuffle one card from your graveyard into the deck. Return all. So, deja vu thing. If you guys don't know what that means, well, it's a spell card that was played in the manga by the Makora, where he played a spell card that returns all cards back into the original position stuff. Well, this card has it built in. But the only downside to having this, or having the card, is basically you have to shuffle a card from your graveyard or into your deck. Return all of your opponent's monsters. I kind of changed the effect. Return all of your opponent's monsters to the same positions on their field, or graveyard that, yeah. However, if it is a spell cards and trap cards, wouldn't be returned to the owner's deck. And then yeah, all that stuff. So, yeah. They have a fusion monster, and they actually have a fusion monster, but I don't remember if it's in this archetype or in this file. So, yeah. It's a ultimate form. So, yeah. You can fusion summon one Crindall fusion monster from your extra deck to your field by using the fusion materials from your field or hand as fusion materials. It gains this following effects for once per turn. This card gains 500 attack for each fusion material from either player's graveyards. Yeah. So, like, and then if a fusion monster that you control gets destroyed by battle while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card instead. So, like, basically, yeah. And so, remember what I said about earlier about this card is like a big boss monster? Well, you know how like big boss monsters have level 1, 2, and 3, like first stage, second stage, third stage? Well, meet Ultimate Ash Blossom Doll. It's a dark level 7 monster, spellcaster effect monster, where this card is always treated as a Crane Doll copycat doll monster on the field or graveyard. This card cannot be normal summon or set. Must be first be special summoned by tributing one of this while it has Ash Blossom in. Well, it has the Ash Blossom in monster equipped to it. And if this card is summoned, you can discard one card from the top of your deck to use the graveyard. Skip your opponent's next turn. If you do, then you inflict 3,000 damage to your opponent's life points. Once per turn, you can... I can't even see. You can select one card from either player's graveyard. Sorry. Or their banish zone to be equipped to this card. This card gains that selected card's effects without any cost. So, like, because the first one, this one, you will have to grab a card from either player's decks, basically. This one is basically grabs a card from not even your deck. You could grab a card from their graveyard, from your opponent's graveyard to, like, be equipped to it. So then we got the next card is basically a card that is probably would end up be flooded with, like, a floodgate effect, basically. Crane Doll, Skilled Doll of the Sun. It's a light level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Level 8 monster, Fiend, Effect Monster, where this card cannot be normal summon or set. Must first be special summoned by tributing one Crying Doll Copycat Doll and one Skill Drain Trap card on the field or hand to the graveyard. Activating this card by paying 1,000 life points. The effects of all of your opponents the effects of all face-up cards on your opponent's field are negated. Well, those monsters are face-up on the field. By their effects can still be activated, and this card gains attack points equal to your opponent's life points. So it basically, your opponent, let's say your opponent has like 8,000 life points. And you use this card, so your opponent has to like, oh no, I can't do anything because my cards can't be. Sorry. Yeah. That's why this card has Mystery Attack instead. And this card can attack all monsters on your opponent's field. And if this card inflicts damage, you can select one spell card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You gain life points equal to the damage. So basically, this card is like if you battle against a monster with like 4,000 attack, you basically destroy your opponents. Plus, if you use like Eye of Truth to boost your boost your life points, boost your opponent's life points, you basically have a 1 million, or no, not even 1 million. You would have had like 1 bazillion points monster on the field. So we got spell books from the pot. It's a normal spell. Each player draws 3 cards. That's it. Okay. So, this card allows both players to draw 3 cards. And I don't need to go over this because this isn't part of the archetype yeah. And then this is a newer one. Let me read you the name of it. Crying Doll Copier Exploder Spider Doll. It's a dragon level 7 dark dragon effect monster, basically. And it has the 2,050 attack and 250 defense. Is basically, this card is always treated as yada yada. Basically and this card cannot be normal summon or set. Must first be special summoned by tributing one copy doll and monster. While it has the Exploder Dragon monster equipped to it. So basically, if you guys don't know what it means, is basically most of these cards earn like this way. Here. So most of these, like this one, and this one. There is more, but yeah. So each one requires a specific monster, basically this card, and the one card that's has it equipped, like certain cards. Like Ash Blossom needs Ash Blossom card to be equipped to this monster. To bring out this one. This one needs a certain trap card, Skill Drain, to be with it. And this card does not need the equip card earn to be like all that stuff. Sorry. Yeah, and then this one requires Exploder Dragon to be like equipped. There is another one that needs a certain Yu-Gi-Oh! I forget the zombie spell or zombie. So there is a card that's part of the game. Oh, here it is. So this one, there is a card that I made that needs this card with this card. So, like, basically, this card would have this card equipped to it. But there would be the monster is called Crying Doll. Oh. Hey. Hold on. Just one second. And yeah. And as I have the sound. Nope. I keep doing that. Sorry. No response. So okay. There we go. And sorry. Oh, here it is. So, Mummy Doll, basically, it requires the. So, let me read you this effect. So, this card. So, it's a dark level, like, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, he's a level 10 monster. He's a level 10 monster, zombie effect monster. And, yeah. This card is is treated as a, basically, copy doll on the field. This card cannot be normal, summon, or set. Must be special summoned by attributing one crying doll monster. Well, it has the one that I showed you, this one right here, or equipped to it. And if this card is summoned, you can select one monster from either player's graveyards, special summon it to your field in attack mode, but it is changed to a zombie type monster. It becomes like a zombie type monster. At the end of the damage step, if this card battles so it basically has the effect of this card where, like, if it battles against a warrior or spellcaster monster, destroy that monster. And if this card is sent into the graveyard or banished, quick effect, you can shuffle this card into the deck, or your banished zone or graveyard into the deck, special summon one crying doll monster from your graveyard or banished zone to your field in the attack mode. But its defense points become 0. So, so yeah. So there is remember that fusion monster that I said? Well, here it is. Ultimate Copycat Lord of the Crying Doll. It's a dark level... Hold on, let me see. Level 10. It requires a specific crying doll that I said, and one or more monster or monsters. This card must be fusion summoned, and if this card is summoned, you can select one card from either player's decks to be equipped to this card, and this card gains the equipped card's effects, and this card cannot be destroyed by battle. This card, it basically has similar effect. And yeah. So, plus, when you have this spell card out, it makes that fusion monster, this one, to have, like, if there's 3, so it would be 5, 10, 15. Yeah, and then, so it would be like 5, 5, 5, 0 attack. Yeah. So, if you guys want me to do a new or if you guys want me to do a new archetype, let me know in the comments below. And did you like the concept? Hold on. Me using this in, like, basically, I used its head because it has this. So there is a funny backstory to. So a mad scientist decided to, like, create this copy doll, but to be released to a public, but it went rogue, like, lost control, or the scientist lost control of it, and it possessed him. And soon, when he got home to his family, they got possessed too. And then the world got possessed. But there was only 3 brave knights. Each wanted to battle against him. And yeah, it mostly took over the world before, turning things into doll versions of themselves. Yeah, basically, it's so powerful that even this is the creator of it. That was after the masked creature copycat doll turned him into this. And yeah. So then the copycat doll created the doll arm and the swords to evolve him into the one that we all know and all that stuff. So now it's invading Duel Monsters universe. He took out. He basically took control of Ash Blossom. He basically took over the spell, or no, her skill drain thing. Yeah, he's more powerful than anything. It's like a symbiote, but on every trigger from basically, yeah, and it imagine it saying this: I'm taking over the Duel Monsters universe, so now, yeah, this monster's face is like a symbiote that is infecting everyone and minds. It turns them into different versions of themselves. Ash Blossom has now 6 more arms added to her 2 normal ones. The skill drain and took control of the effects. Yeah. Or yeah. And here's a funny story of how I've made this card. Well, if you guys go on Pro, there is a game exclusive / manga of this card. I tried it and am like, wow, this is probably more broken than the Pot of Greed. Because imagine both players play Exodia, at the same time, and you activate this card. I don't know who would win in the first round. Okay? So, yeah. who would, yeah. So, if you guys like this custom card review and backstory of how, yeah. So, have a great day and have fun and good night.